Hi, it's Caleb Leverett. I'm at Snowy Range Ski Resort in Centennial, Wyoming. I believe that's what it's called. It's like population 238. And I skied for the very first time in about 25 plus years. And I did really well considering I'm an old fucker. I only fell once, and it was the last time, and I think it's just because I'm so tired. I went up and down about 4 or 5 times, but I've had a blast. I'm just beat, and I meant to go live up top. I tried to go live because it said I had 2 bars of LTE, but it just wouldn't work, so sorry about that. And then I was going to go live at the base. You can see it. That's the office. I was gonna go live down there, but they've got live 80s rock music, so can't go live when there's patented music out there, or copyrighted music. And so I thought, well, I'm getting kind of tired. I think I'll go get something to eat. Like, I need to carb up big time. There are over 2,000 people here today, and I could tell something was funny when I got here. I got here about 10:15 this morning, and the guys are directing traffic, and every one of them, there's like 2 or 3, 4 of them, 3 or 4 of them, they had the deer in the headlight look, like, holy shit. He goes, just get you some speed. I know you got a Mustang, just go up that hill right there, and it's that one there. Well, I made it about halfway, and there's some kids on their boards coming down, and they're not supposed to, but, you know, I can't run over them. I said, dude, I can't make it up there. He said, all right, I guess just park here on the side. So I parked here. I was the very first one, and this thing goes all the way, I don't know how far back it goes now. That entire parking lot is full. They were walking around handing us these little, I can't find it, but these little free handmade gift cards for free hot chocolate or coffee, which sounds amazing right now, but the line to get the free hot chocolate or coffee is out the door. You go upstairs and there's a full-blown bar. Of course, obviously I don't drink, but there's a full-blown bar, full-blown restaurant. I think there might be 2 restaurants up there, and it goes the entire length of the building. The entire lower part's packed, the entire upper part's packed, the slopes are packed. Again, I'm not complaining. I had a blast. I got a hell of a workout, but it was a learning curve. I already got all my Amazon stuff, my jacket, my middle layer, which I've already taken off, it's back there, and then my under layer, and then I've got, or this is the bib, but I'm wearing here. And then I've got my thin slate or Ameriwool, yeah, leggings and top. And I get hot and I get cold. I get hot and I get cold. It's probably about, I don't know, if I was guessing, about 15, 20 degrees. But the sun just came out. It wasn't out earlier. Anyways, I'm having a blast. I've got a head cold that I think I must have picked up in South Florida, because I got back from South Florida at Okeechobee seeing the boys yesterday. I think I flew out Wednesday and flew back yesterday, Christmas Day. Oh, Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. And I think I picked up a little bit of a head cold, but it's nothing. It's not that big a deal. If I would have had something to eat, I would have been able to have the energy to go back up, but I just don't. And I don't want to stand in that line because the boots I rented, they kind of hurt my feet. And again, maybe that's just because I'm old. Maybe they gave me some cheapies. I really don't know. But Snowy Range, 2 thumbs up. That was badass. It's 5 stars. It's not their fault. I was talking to a guy when I left, and turning everything in. He said, man, just leave your boots here, leave your skis right there, and the deal. I said, well, will I get credit for? He goes, yeah, well, everybody's getting credit for it. I said, is it normally this packed? He goes, no, not anywhere near this. I said, he goes, but the next couple weeks is, I assume, going to be this bad. It's never been this bad before. We've just recently been discovered. I don't know if some YouTuber with a bazillion followers, promoted it or what, but they said, I think normally they have maybe 200 or 300 people here. They've got over 2,000 people here today. Again, not a complaint. I'm glad their business is booming. And I knew it was going to be a learning curve because, again, I haven't done this in so long. But I did get a good workout. If I would have been able to either bring food with me or eat here, I could have stayed a little longer. If you're in the area and you're wanting to try this snowy range out, it's like, I think $96 was my ski lift for all day, my boots and my skis and my poles. I think the lift was $50 and the skis and poles were $45. You can get all kinds of season passes, which I may eventually. I'm still getting settled in. I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to live in here in Wyoming. It's just going to be in Wyoming. A lot of people are asking for my address, and it's kind of strange that I don't normally get that many people asking me for my address, so I'm a little paranoid. So I'm not even saying exactly where I'm at, what town I'm at. But anyways, Christmas was wonderful. I got to hang out with Hayden and Blaine. London was at her mom's and Parker's in Fort Worth. But I got to hang out with the middle two boys there in Okeechobee in the Florida house. And it was so nice because that big old blizzard hit pretty much the whole North American continent. And it was so nice for the first 2 days down there. And then the last 2 days in South Florida, it hit down there. And it only got to about 35. But our little house there is not made for cold, like, at all. So we had a heater for the whole house, and we were leaving the stove on and turning the fan on to circulate it. And so it was a little chilly, but it was okay. It was fine. We had a good time. Got to help Blaney Boo with he's got a Mustang just like mine, except it's blue. Mine's an 08 and is an 07. Got to help him fix a few things on it. Got to pass down a little knowledge there. So it was unlike all the past holidays I've had for the past, 15 years. The last two hadn't been that bad, being on the sailboat and now being here. But all the ones during all that time were, if you're even watching this, it's probably just because you watched the Parker movie or Blaine getting arrested at the hand of his own mother and stepfather, Jason May. Back then, holidays sucked so bad because I came from a religious background, and mom and dad, or especially mom always made a big deal about, birthdays and Christmas, and it was just tradition. That was my mom. Mom did that. And I see now that I've gone through the shitstorm, why so many people get so depressed during holidays, because these traditions get formed. And there's nothing wrong with traditions unless it gets to the point where it's just not you. But I always enjoyed Christmas time when I was real little, gifts and seeing the family. And as I got to be a young man, particularly once I got divorced, all that shit got stolen from me by way of the family court, the crooked Title IV defunded family courts. Because it was attempted by them to squeeze me out of my kids' lives, and I got really depressed, and I would not get to see my own children on the holidays many of the times, and not even for Father's Day or my birthday. So what I did, and I highly recommend this because it does work now that this is all played out, I am scot-free from the rotten bullshit family courts. I can't seriously be sued again anymore in family courts. I did have my final, I'm getting off on a little bit of tangent, but I did have my final hearing December 6th, and I didn't even show up, but my mother did. God bless her. My mama showed up, and I haven't got the paperwork just yet, but I did talk to the Attorney General's lawyer, and I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Super nice guy. And coming from me, that's saying a lot. I was real blunt with him. I don't fucking trust you. I've dealt with your asshole boss and all his cronies for years. And he took it all like a man. He said, I don't blame you. I'm a little bit familiar with your story and what's happened. And I assure you, Mr. Leverett, you don't have any reason to believe me, but this is what I'm going for. You did overpay. You do not owe this, and you did agree to this. I mean, it's just, that part's in black and white, but that part where you've been griping this entire time about not owing it, that part was like $13,000. All that got washed away. I do, however, have to pay because I did agree to it. It's funny about the things you'll agree with, and you basically got a gun up to your head. You just agree to it. Oh, you agreed. I agreed. It's like 30 grand, but it's not child support. It's medical support. So I've got to pay the kid's mother and simp stepdad about, I don't know, roughly 30 grand. But the good news is I don't have to pay it one lump sum like I did all the other times. Like when I got out of jail and Judge Rex ordered me to pay attorney Brad Miller the attorney fees for Brad, or for her, but Brad's her lawyer. Like, I can't remember if it was $10,000 or $20,000. It was a bunch of money. It was every penny I had. As soon as I got out of jail, I had to pay him that within 10 days or else get thrown back in fucking jail. So this time, the 30 grand, I get to pay off for $100 a month. And you can bet your sweet ass I'm going to drag that out for the rest of my goddamn life. I will literally be 75 years old when I finally pay that bullshit off. So, I got terms set by the judge. I'm doomed to $100 a month I had to pay. And I'm going to enjoy paying $100 a month. Just slow and painful for the rest of my fucking life. And just not worry about it, because I can't get sued anymore. There's no such thing as them ripping my cheerings away from me anymore. There's no such thing as them throwing me in family court jail like that crook Judge James L. Rex did. There's no such thing as them stealing my children against their own will like that crooked Judge Den Whalen both of them of Ector County, Texas. There's no such thing as that anymore. So anyway, back to the holiday stuff. What I did, is I just quit believing in God, or particularly a benevolent God. That made a lot of difference. That made things a lot easier. There may be a God, I just don't know. I'm full-blown agnostic, simply meaning I just don't know. But one thing I'm quite certain is there is not a loving, all-caring, benevolent God who does not allow bad things, because obviously he either doesn't care or she doesn't care, or, the whole same excuse that everybody gives for God. Can't ever blame anything bad on God, and you always give God praise, which sounds to me an awful like a fucking narcissist to me. Everything good is because of them, and everything bad is certainly not their fault. It's somebody else's, probably your fault. So what I did is, I quit believing in a benevolent God, quit going to church altogether. So I started, I quit caring about Christmas, about Father's Day, about birthdays. They're all just made up. They're just made up. Birthdays, yeah, that's just a celebration, another trip around the sun. So what I did is, in my head, what few days I did get to see my cheerins when I shut down work and drove from Odessa down to San Antonio, 575 miles round trip again. Whatever day that was a good day. That was a good day. That was our holiday. One after the other, every other weekend. I made it happen. I didn't like it. It broke me. I had to take off a lot of work Created a lot of grief between my employers at the time, or self-employed, but you know, subcontractors, one of them being my own father. Created a lot of grief there. But I wasn't going to say this, but it's pretty common knowledge that my parents and I haven't spoken in like 5 years. But my sister reached out to me, and we talked, and it was good. And then my mama reached out to me, or I reached out, text her, and we talked. I hadn't talked to Dad yet, but you know, via Mom, we talked, and it's good. It's good. It's good. I'm not going into detail because it's still fresh and brand new, but it's been 5 years, and my kids have grown, and I've grown, and Haley's kids have grown, and Mom and Dad have grown, and everyone's changed. I will say this, my father now looks the way I remember my grandfather when he died on August 29th of 1994. I think Papa was 72 or 73. I think Dad's 65, 66. So he's close. He's getting close to that age. But I saw a picture of it. Oh my God, it's Papa. So I can only imagine how much I've aged to them. I did send my mother some of my buff, badass biceps, ripped abs pictures, and she just thinks, she's just so happy for me that I'm getting healthy. Told my mama I'm 20, I don't even know, 28, 29, whatever months sober now. I've grown a lot. Things have changed, and so slowly but surely, I'm looking forward to get it all worked out with Mom and Dad, and it's good. So anyways, that's about the update. The kids still are doing okay. They still have their private lives. They're still not perfect. They still have problems of which I'm not going to talk about. They still don't want to be in the private and the public eye, but they're all doing fine. They're doing as well as could be expected. All 4 of them are, and that's about it. I'm going to continue with my steady diet of loads of protein and 0 alcohol. My steady regimen of, I work about 84 to 90 hours a week for 2 weeks, and then I'm off a week, and I still find time to go to the gym, even right before work. I go in at 6 and I work till, or 5 to 6, and I work till 6. So I'll go in the gym anywhere from 2:30 to 3:30 for an hour, and I'm going to continue to keep pushing and pushing. I don't think I could have made it down that mountain 4 or 5 times, only falling once, had I not been working on my strength. It takes a lot of strength to do snow skiing, which obviously I don't have to go to the gym tomorrow. Tomorrow's my last day off, and I got my hitch, and I'll go back to work for 2 weeks, and I'm going to be a sore son of a bitch. God dang, I can't wait. So I'm going to keep doing my regimen, and I'm just going to keep making myself the best version of me that I can make myself, primarily by working out and staying sober. So anyways, hope everyone had a Merry Christmas. I know a lot of you did not, because a lot of you reached out and told me you have not, or I've seen your profiles on various social media. I know a lot of people are struggling. Consider my little way of just forgetting about Christmas Day itself. If you just can't make it, and you used to make it as a child, go see Mom or Dad or whoever, Grandma or whatever, find your own day that you can make it, and make it count. Every time you see your kids, your mom, your dad, whoever it is you've grown close to your entire life, that you love and care about, whatever day that is, make it count. Make that the special day. Screw these made up, it has to be December 25th or else I'm going to have a connection to that. No, you shouldn't. Keep a positive attitude. I'm a firm believer, after going through what y'all saw me go through, positive thinking, and I know this sounds tree huggy as shit, but positive thinking, the power of positive thinking is very, very powerful. If you make yourself sick, if you worry yourself sick, you will get sick. I mean, here I am, talking about the guy who's obviously got some kind of head cold. I mean, other than the head cold, I feel fine. I think I'm just worn down going from, 12,000 feet to wherever I'm, 6, 8, 10, I don't know how high it is here. It's pretty high. The other towns that I've been staying in, 6,000 to 7,000 feet, down to Florida, coast, right on the coast, going from warm temperatures to hot temperatures. But of course I'm going to get run down a little bit, but I think that's part of the growing process. And I'm looking forward to continue growing and making myself a strong son of a bitch, because masculinity is not bad, it is not evil, and it's certainly not dead. So anyways, catch y'all on the next one. Again, sorry I couldn't go live, answer questions, but I couldn't because of there's no service here. Take care. Bye.